I learned a while back that researchers have found, looking at DNA data, that throughout human history, about one man has reproduced to every 2 women who have reproduced. There's even one study that shows that sometime between 1,000 and 8,000 years ago, there was one man reproducing to every 17 women. That means that on average, every man that reproduced with 17 different women. There's a lot of theories as to why that go into culture and selective breeding and the accumulation of wealth and all kinds of things like that. But one theory that makes a lot of sense to me is that there were simply less men alive because men didn't survive into adulthood because of warfare. And if that's the reason why, it explains a lot of things about how our society formed the way that it did. What happens when you have a society so war-torn that there is one man to every 17 women? That's like if you have a town with 2,000 people in it and only 100 of them are men. What does that do? Well, it makes those men a commodity. It makes them rare. And things that are rare seem more valuable. Even if they don't have any more intrinsic value, they have value to society because there's less of them available. It's the perfect scenario for the formation of a patriarchy, where society revolves around these 100 men. It makes the concept of polyandry nearly non-existent. It doesn't make sense. But polygamy then becomes very common, almost necessary. If there's any moral objection to polygamy, when you have one man to every 17 women, it's kind of easy to overlook that objection. It creates the perfect scenario for homophobia. Now, women loving other women, that would be whatever, but men loving other men specifically would be something that people would fear. Because if you have one man to every 17 women and 2 of those men fall in love, well, then you have, 34 women without a man. It would also make the value of a man based on their ability to survive warfare. Men would need to be strong. They would need to be aggressive. People would say things like, yeah, he's really nice. He can cook. He's very supportive. He's great with kids. Wonderful. But he wouldn't survive a day in the military. These ideas and that culture that is built over thousands of years starts to break down when you have a society like today, where it's pretty much an even split of men and women.